Yes, y'all. What's going on, y'all? Right. Daily Go Get It, Mr. Show Power Monday, all up in your area. I know we a few minutes later, but we're gonna make up the time. Everything is gonna be all right. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Daily Go Get It, Mr. Show. What's going on, y'all? Power Monday, all up in your areas. The Daily Go Get It, Mr. Show. I'm your host, Sun752. And tonight on this Power Monday, we are talking about your trashy dressing girlfriends. Trashy dressing girlfriends. Some people might be offended by the word trashy being used in the title. Trashy. But let's not pretend that we've never seen what a trashy looking girlfriend looks like. Let's not pretend like we have never been exposed to what a woman who dresses inappropriately looks like. Because this is what we're really talking about when we say trashy dressing. We're talking about dressing inappropriately, but not just dressing inappropriately, like, wearing a mailman's a uniform when you're a policeman. Uh-uh. We're not talking about when um, when you work in an office, you work in a cubicle, you work in an office atmosphere, and you wear jeans when you're not supposed to wear jeans. Like, you can wear jeans and still not look trashy. Now you might wear cut off jeans, and you may wear painted on jeans. Remember, we used to use the term painted on jeans back in the 80s. That means that your jeans were too tight. Nowadays, we don't even use the word painted on. But I want to make sure that we understand exactly what we're talking about when we talk about trashy looking girlfriends. And first of all, let's talk about the word girlfriends. When I say girlfriends, I can either be talking about women that your sons or men, the girlfriends of men. Like, this is my girl, this is my woman, this is my lady. And we can also be talking about your girlfriends as far as women are concerned. Like, that's my friend. That's my girlfriend. Yeah, that's my girl. What are you talking about? Yeah, it might not be, the way that she dresses, the way that she acts may not be exactly my cup of tea, but, she's good people. She just might dress a little trashy. She dresses trashy. So I want to make sure that we understand the parameters of what we're talking about when we say trashy. Your trashy dressing girlfriends. Well, it ain't that hard to tell. It ain't that hard to figure out. You know what I mean? Now, we may be very, very liberal in our political agenda these days and our social agenda. Our socio-political agenda these days may be very liberal. We may believe that you can look how you want to look, dress how you want to dress, talk how you want to talk, be how you want to be, wear your hair the way you want to wear it. Whatever it is, as long as you're not bothering anybody, it should be okay. There's an ordinance in the state of New York that states that you do not have to wear a shirt, a sweater, or bra. You can walk around in New York City totally topless, male or female, with your titties all the way out. And there's nothing that a policeman can do about it, a politician can do about it, or a citizen can do about it. But I bet you it won't be appropriate in everywhere you go. So imagine being in the Dunkin' Donuts. I'm sorry, it's not called Dunkin' Donuts anymore. Imagine being in Dunkin'. Imagine being in Dunkin' in New York City, let's say on Broadway, and you waiting in line, to get your little iced coffee latte, blah 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 blah. The woman in front of you seems to have a whole bare back. So you thinking like, I wonder what kind of shirt she has on, and she ain't even got on nipple covers. She's totally out. She's totally 100% titty out. Well, in New York, you can do that, but it doesn't make it okay with everybody who is allowed to do it. By law, you cannot do anything about that topless woman. But in your personal life, you may look at it as being a certain type of way. Now, ain't it funny how being nude and dressing trashy ain't the same thing. When you dress trashy, you basically are dressing almost nude. You're letting things hang out that people don't think should be hanging out. You know, the show Maury is canceled. They don't have any more shows of Maury. Maury is retired. He's a pretty old guy. But he used to have those shows about I was a nerd then, you didn't want me then, but look at me now. Those shows. Those shows where people were shut out, shunned, and teased for being nerds or for being ugly or for being whatever, but not being so good looking when they were younger. And then when they grew into a beautiful swan, mostly the women, even the men, when you look at how they were supposed to be beautiful when they grew up, and they were supposed to be targeting the person that used to tease them so bad, like, look at me now. And I used to notice that the producers used to make the girls all dress trashy looking. So before they may have had braces or gaps in their teeth, or they wore their hair funny or dressed funny or whatever. Now their skirts are all the way up to here, all the way, and they couldn't sit. They couldn't sit even like this. It wasn't going to work. They had to, cross their legs like that in order to sit down. So they had them dressing trashy. That was supposed to be your how do you like me now? You didn't want me before, but look at me now. And blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking and the audience would go wild over there, like, oh, all of this hair, all of this weave, all of this makeup, all these short, trashy looking clothes. And they would be like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go, girl. And the dudes, it was even worse. With the dudes, it was even worse. They was looking like male exotic dancers. I'm like, so all of these dudes that was nerds before, now they all got to come on the show topless. I swear they was coming on the show topless. Like, so this dude is proud to be a male exotic dancer, a sleazeball male exotic. That was the show. That was the show. And I don't know what kind of numbers those shows did, but they did numbers good enough for there to be repeat episodes. So there was at least one of those shows per month in the Maury heyday. So when we talk about your trashy dressing girlfriends, we're not just going to take this show to talk about women. This is not going to be a woman bashing show in any capacity. But what you like is what you like, and you have a right to say what you think is right or appropriate, just like anybody else does. There are certain institutions that don't waver on what they consider to be right or wrong. When you go get a job, if your job doesn't require you to wear a uniform, they sure require you to dress the way they say for you to dress. For example, you may not have to wear a uniform, but you may have to wear certain colors, or you may not be able to wear jeans or spandex or anything with your belly hanging out. Like, it's still an office atmosphere. So you still have to dress with a conservative nature. So no, all of you liberals, this ain't the place for that. You're not going to be looking like you on your way to the club on a Saturday night trying to take home a little something. And for you brothers, the same way. No pants hanging off your ass. No shoot. Some jobs they used to try to say no braids. Now we know that was targeted towards excluding black people, but there are some situations where the braids are a little extra. Definitely not office braids. Like, if you don't get your shit done or whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is. Jobs don't waver on what they deem to be professional dress. And if you don't want to follow those guidelines, then you don't have no job. Capiche? Gapiche? No problem. We won't have a problem here, Houston. Everything is going to be okay. We can come to an easy agreement here. Your trashy dressing girlfriends, yo. Your trashy dressing girlfriends. Why they gotta dress so trashy? So many of us will say, well, so what? You know, you dress the way you want to dress, and nobody shouldn't have anything to say about the way that somebody dresses. No, you don't look like a little hoe. Yeah. Now, somebody might not look like a little hoe when they're just cool with you, when they're your friend, when they're your girlfriend. But I bet you when they become your wife, you probably start, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It might be okay for you to dress like that around the house. Like, let's say you got, I don't know, 42 double D or triple D titties. Yeah, you can walk around the house with no bra on. But I bet you if my friends come over, it's poker night, or we coming over to watch the game or cards or something like that. You throwing a bra on tonight. Not only are you throwing on a bra, you throwing on a sweater. You throwing on a sweater you throwing on a turtleneck. Nah, matter of fact, no turtleneck because it make your titties look too big. You throwing on a regular sweater. You know what I mean? Something that takes away from here. Use one of my triple X sweatshirts. Something like that. You know, you might want your woman to look good and represent you, but you don't want her looking like as soon as he go in the room, we gonna undress her with our eyes and we gonna eye screw her. And if we get a chance, we gonna give her the eye to let her know that later on we would like to, yeah, I'm gonna try her. We don't want that. We don't want that for our wives. We don't want that for our daughters either. So where do we get to the point, or how do we get to the point where something is okay for our girlfriends to a certain degree? Something and certain ways of dressing are okay for our friends to a certain degree, but they ain't okay for our daughters. And the mothers of our daughters are our girlfriends and our wives. How does that work? How does that work? You know, one thing I always get on brothers about is, all right, you like to go to the strip club and you don't see anything wrong with stripping. You don't see nothing wrong with it. So what? It's just money. You know what I mean? It don't mean that you are this. It don't mean that you are that. Okay. Okay. You like strippers. You like the way they look. You admire the human body. That's what you say. The female human body is beautiful. And whatever way it is displayed is okay with you. But I bet you wouldn't want your daughter to work in the strip club. I bet you that when your daughter turns 18, you don't take her to the strip club to tell her that it's okay to look this way. Like, this is a living, babe. You might not want to go to college, and even if you do, this might be a good way to pay for it. You know, they say that a lot of strippers strip in order to pay college tuition. That's what they say. That's what they say on the Lifetime movie network, and evidently a lot of people have gone for it. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of strippers, strip in order to pay for their cocaine habit. Yeah. Or their pills. They be strung out on pills a lot of times. Pills and coke. See, the heroin doesn't really work well for stripping, but that coke and them pills, them uppers, not the downers. No, 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 no. You ain't stripping for no Xanax. You gotta go up, 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 up. Them amphetamines, baby. Amphetamines, not the barbiturates. All right, so your trashy dressing girlfriends. Your trashy dressing girlfriends. That's what we're talking about tonight. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. With this your daily. The Daily Go Getimism Show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I am your host, Son 752, aka Omar, with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getimism show all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also on this Power Monday, March 13th. Monday the 13th, we are talking about trashy dressing girlfriends. Trashy dressing girlfriends. What y'all talking about tonight? Shout out my people, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing. Max and Chill and Stacey White, thanks for coming through tonight. I know that you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling all right. And Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita, always good time. Great to see you. Auntie Carrie, right? Morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my people go directly into your site. My man, Tone Starks. What's going on, my man? Don't let the dogs come out and bark. What's going on? My man, Tone, he just had a birthday. My man Tone just had a birthday. What's going on, my brother? My mellow, my man, my bro. What's going on, my G? Good to see me, some you. So what y'all talking about, man? What do y'all think about this whole trashy dressing girlfriend thing? What do y'all think? Trashy dressing girlfriend. What y'all know? What do y'all know? Let me see what y'all talking about. And let me see what you're talking about. Know what I'm talking about? All right, there we go. Let me go. No, it says, excuse me, miss. Would you add some of your milk to my latte? For the topless woman in the New York Dunkin'. T. Carrie Wright says, these days, feminist movement has women being extra when it comes to fashion. Interesting word. Yeah, there are a lot of cover-up words that we use. Fashion. It's just fashion. You know what I mean? Well, which part is the fashion? Is it actually the clothes or the skin? Because there seems to be more skin showing than clothing. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like the least amount of clothing that there is, the higher the price that it costs. Or is it just me? Is it just me? Well. We gonna see. We gonna see. Let me see. Carol Chamberlain says, it is for me, but today's older women wear clothes more suited for younger women. Yeah. Oh, you said, is it for me? Or does a lot of these middle-aged women are really trying to keep up with these young girls. There's a war going on. And these middle-aged chicks will try to deny it. They do. They try to deny it. No, ain't nobody trying to keep up with these young girls. But the fact is that I look younger than a lot of these young girls look. Oh, I'm thinking like the fact that you even felt the need to acknowledge that lets me know about the internal war that you have going on. It lets me know that the focus is not on you. You out here still looking for something that you didn't find earlier. Now, we would all love to hang on to our youth because hanging on to our youth means hanging on to our mortality. Well, hanging on to our immortality. It means that if we're young and we're healthy, the chances are we're going to live long. We're going to be able to experience more. We're going to be here to live our lives with our descendants, our children, our grandchildren, nieces, nephews, the people that we love. See, we don't know that much about the afterlife, but we know about this world that we live in. And we might not like everything that we know, but we know that we can change it if we don't like something in it. We know that. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to stay young. When you stay young, it makes you look vital. It makes you look handsome, beautiful. It makes you look like, like you're ready for the world or you're ready for anything. But when mothers start battling their daughters or trying to mimic their daughters, you were supposed to show your daughter the way. And now you dressing like her? Well, no wonder she had a baby at 14. No wonder she had a baby at no wonder she had a baby at 14. For, 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 for 14. Well, to be fair, it ain't always the fast little girls that get pregnant. Them little nerdy chicks, they've been known to I mean, let's just say anybody can get turned up and turned out. No, it says, I'm sure the father of Montana Fishburne isn't exactly proud of his exotic dancing daughter. And people try to hide it. Well, as long as she the best at whatever she does, it's it's all right with me. No, it ain't, because that your trashy dressing daughter will draw the attention of predators. You know that the trashier that she dressed, the more protection she's going to have, and she's also going to have to probably be protected by the people who are supposed to be protecting her. You know it. There's a safety issue that is a concern when we talk about your trashy dressing girlfriends. Now, I have friends online, just like y'all probably have friends online, who parade their little trashy dressing girlfriends. And you like me probably sit back and watch this parade. Like, look at her having to defend this girl because other people are getting in comments. And that's whether we're talking about Facebook or whether we're talking about Instagram. We're probably talking about Instagram because, Facebook is seen as being for older people. I heard a younger person talk about, they were talking to Charleston White. I don't know if y'all know who Charleston White is, but he's blowing up. He's known as in the hip hop community right now as being a snitch because he's blaming these rappers for selling drugs and killing people and pushing this no snitching policy and all of that kind of stuff. So they're trying to live out their lyrics, and he ain't feeling all of that. But he was debating with some younger guy, and the younger guy was telling him, listen, what do we have to do to get you off of the internet? We can make you a Facebook account and get you an iPhone. And Charleston White was owning this guy. Now, if you've ever listened to Charleston White, you might not really like him, but he was owning this young boy. You know what Charleston White said? Charleston White said, the guy was saying, we'll get you a Facebook account. He said, why should I get a Facebook account when I'm killing them on this platform? He said, I'm right here on Instagram killing them. He said, and he said, we can get you over Facebook because, they got the senior citizens over there. And you're talking about what they want to talk about. He said, my numbers say 18 to 65. Those are the people who listen to me. Those are my demographics. So you need to argue with those numbers because my numbers say from 18 to 65, those are the people who listen to me. And then he said, the young boy tried to say, listen, man, we'll get you an iPhone and blah, blah, blah. He said, no. He said, iPhones are for pussies. He said, iPhones, you can have people track you can have your woman tracking your locations and all of that. Android users are the real men. I mean, this dude, Charleston White, it was rolling off like he rehearsed it. He was like, Android users are the real men. You don't have your woman tracking your device, acting like a little bitch. You can't go here, you can't go there, you can't do what you want to do. You're a real man, you get an Android. Hey, that's what Charleston White was saying. And then he was talking about, and he said, what was the third thing? Let's see. He said the other thing was he said, y'all want to talk all of that shit about what y'all do to the black man. So y'all condone black on black crime. Skeet shot Boo. Boo shot Skeet. You know what I mean? Y'all don't want nobody to say nothing about that. when y'all putting your whole community in danger or whatever. But when y'all don't have that same energy when y'all talking about the white man. Y'all ain't telling them the black man to shoot the white man and nobody say nothing. You know, soon as the white man shoot one of y'all want to go, y'all go running, y'all doing candlelight visuals and all that kind of shit. But when it's black on black, then y'all want everybody to shut up. So y'all basically want a free pass to murder each other. And anybody who speaks outside of that is the problem. He said, I'm not going to stop until T.I.'s son is locked up. I was like, yo, all right. But anyway, when we talk about people, when we talk about trashy dressing girlfriends or whatever, it might be okay for your girlfriends. When we talk about male or female, whether it's somebody you go with or whether it's your homegirl or whatever, it's all right for them. But it ain't all right for your daughter. It ain't all right for your wife. It's a safety issue. It really is. It's a safety issue. The less you have on, the sexier that you're looking and the way that you dress, you know that somebody out there is going to try you because it looks like you putting up a poster or you are advertising that you want to got in the first place. So these older women, these cougars out here, because look, I'm 52 now. So I'm part of the problem out here. Because women my age and even older are battling these young girls, trying to out sexy them, trying to outdress them, trying to out look younger than them. And they going about it though. Man, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You're a 55-year-old woman. What are you doing with a lace front wig on? Not that a lace front wig makes you look trashy, but you can't do no better than that in your 55 years. What are you doing? Yeah, well, shoot. These young girls out here looking older than me. Black don't crack. What you talking about? It look like you done sealed up all the cracks. I see cracks, ma. Your trashy dressing ass. Look, you know what I mean? You got cracks. Cracks, all that shit. Look like you made with some bad plaster. Let's keep it going. Y'all. Like, yeah, these chicks out here, you know what I mean? They might as well say fuck it. I'm gonna just go out with a loincloth. Bring back the loincloth, yo. Bring back the loincloth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Nowadays you can spin anything. So you can just kick it like, you know what I'm saying? You can just kick it like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like you doing the whole Tonto thing. You know what I mean? Tonto. Didn't Tonto wear loincloth? You know what I mean? You doing this for Jesus. You doing it for Jesus. You know what I mean? Adam and Eve, they rocked the loincloth. Loincloth. Look, loincloth. Why not? Why not, sir? Because that's just about where we at with it. That's just about where we at with it. Rock the loincloth. Speaking of loincloth and Adam and Eve and Jesus, church used to be the place where you had to cover up. You know, the long dress, long skirts, stockings, covered up all the way up to the neck. Now they talking about, like, these churches are so greedy. They like, listen, you can come straight from the club in your loincloth and come get some of this guide, but make sure you bring your pocketbook. Sure, they're going to say it's not about money. They're going to say anybody in any condition can be saved, and you're right. But you used to have standards in the church. So trashy looking, anybody coming up in the church looking a little too liberal was a problem. All eyes was going to be on you. Now you go up in some of these churches, you be like, when they said come as you are, they came as they was. They came as they was. Tone Starks, we can't do the number no more because I don't know. YouTube has done something to whereas if you call in, we're not going to be able to hear your voice. Like people on YouTube won't be able to hear people's voice on the phone anymore. I haven't been able to get it fixed. So that's where we are with it. That's why I didn't put the number up. Because on a show like this, I would love to hear people. I would love to actually hear people's opinion, but it won't come through this microphone. I come through the microphone, but and if you don't, I ain't even gonna test it right now. We ain't got time. We ain't got time. But that's why I didn't put the number up, my brother. Carol Chamberlain says, Taki, I mean, I wear some things, but I'm sure you're not dressing like a teenager. And I know you don't look trashy either. Let me see. Carol, TK, right? He was talking about that be me. A word. Okay. All right. Well, hold on. TK right says, Carol, 90% of the time I'm in 3/4 of cloth. The other 10% I'm wearing sexy plunge tops or maxi dresses with huge slits. What that doesn't say huge, but I see where you're going with it. All right, Carol says, I see nothing wrong in your choices. They're not trashy. I don't know. She might be. She might look trashy. You don't know. I mean, she might. I mean, look. Is she trying to say she looked trashy? She might be trashy. Yeah, I mean, might be trashy. This might be a place where she comes to repent and deliver herself from dressing trashy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Pastor gonna pull the trashy right out of you. We're gonna deliver you from dressing trashy. You're no longer a hoe. You're no longer a hoe. You was a hoe a long time ago, but not no more. You've been delivered. Delivered. All right. Stacy White says, I have a different audience covering in prayer. Okay. Tony Stark says, didn't he pepper spray some rapper? Did he? I don't know, man. He making a lot of noise. And I don't really even get down with the boy like that. But I came across one of his videos today. And that thing was, I mean, it was doing what it was supposed to do. TK Wright says, no one dates me think I'm going to be out in these streets dressed trashy. I could never feel comfortable meeting someone's family dressed like I give it up backstage at concerts. I'm glad you said like you give it up backstage at concerts, because when you are backstage at a concert, you see the way those women are dressed back there, those young girls, and they all look trashy and they ready to go. Now people can try to defend that backstage activity all they want, but I know what goes on backstage. Should people go on tour just for the backstage activity and the after parties? Like, yeah, no, man, we ain't make no money on tour, but shit, I got 3 babies on the way. What's up? What up, Diane Nixon? She came through. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, ma? Good to see me some you. She says, I don't dress trashy. That's what's up. Diane came on one of our hikes back in the day, and she definitely didn't look trashy. Matter of fact, we only had one person that came on one of our hikes that was dressed a little, and trust me, all the other women on the hike was like, she must be coming here just for O, because she don't look like that shit. I ain't even know the chick. I didn't. It was the first time she ever came, and look, I was like, it was kind of wild too. It was kind of wow. Yeah, she tried to kiss me. I was like, "What? Fuck, yo, listen, I ain't no, you know what I mean? I ain't no shrinking violet, and I'm definitely not no prude. I was like, yo, this ain't this. We ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Because what the next thing on the internet be like, he only be trying to go. He talk about hiking, but he just be trying to get you by himself when he go on them hikes, and he try to get you in the bushes. He on some old no, 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 no. No, it says no groupie attire for you, right? At T Carey, right? That's what's up. Tone Stark says, "How can a dude dress trashy?" Funny you should mention that because Tone, let these chicks out here tell it. A man dresses trashy if he wearing gray sweatpants. Where did that come from? Gray sweatpants. So I guess you got to have on gray sweatpants and you got to have on boxers, or you have to be going commando. Why only the gray sweatpants though? That's what I want to know. Who decided that? Nah, he got on blue sweatpants. He ain't dressed trashy. Or ball shorts. That's the other. That's supposed to be the male trashy dress. Gray sweatpants or basketball shorts. You asked. That's all I got. That's what I've been told. Gray sweatpants. But shoot, I don't know about y'all, but so you think these young niggas running around here with their pants hanging all the way down, you can see the crease in their ass, that ain't trashy to you? I think that's trashy to male and females. But you don't hear them I've never heard a young girl complain about a dude wearing his pants hanging off his ass. I've never ever heard a 20 any woman 25 years or less complain about that shit. They seeing the same thing you seeing. And it ain't because I ain't been around them, but I've never heard them complain about it. So obviously there's a generation gap and there's a different understanding about what we consider to be appropriate. And the jobs that I've worked at, I have to do the hiring and firing. So I get a bird's eye look at a lot of these young people, and I'll be like, you can't wear that. You can't wear that. You can't wear that here. Like, look, soon as it's quitting time, you can go in the locker room and get changed back into whatever. And on your way here, you can look however you want to. But when you come in this building, you can't change when you get in the building, but you can change before you get in here and rock out then when you leave. Okay. Diane Nixon said, I'm old. Yeah, I'm 52. But trust me, I was young when I was young. All right. Okay. Diane says, I'm not battling with nobody. That's what's up. But I bet you see some of your friends or people that you know, women that you know, battling with everybody. Diane says, these older women is deplorable. Word. Tone Stark says, lace front be smelling like Popeye's French fries. You know what? You wallet. TK right says, Tone, a dude can dress trashy if his skinny jeans are too tight. Oh, damn. I wasn't even thinking. Ugh. Yeah, let's keep it moving. All right. Tone says, that wig, that they got wigs that smell like Sunday service. Diane says there are no standards in the church nowadays. And it's true. Y'all see it and I see it. Once they came with that come as you are thing, the whole game changed. because they started openly concentrating on the money instead of the salvation. You know what I mean? Okay. Someone says, "Oh well, that's a mocha wearing spandex jeans." I don't even know what that means. Nar says, "I'm sorry, skinny jeans are emasculating." Cosign, totally agree. Tone Star says, "This is why I told you about the Zoom idea and then post the video on YouTube." Oh, okay. Okay. You're talking about but we didn't have that problem before. This is a brand new problem. It's just happened and they've changed something with the audio in the past month. We didn't have that problem before. But everybody ain't gonna come on Zoom. That's the other problem. You know what I mean? You have to make a way on a platform before. Now I could record this show and then put it up later, but then it wouldn't be live. So, all right. No, it says, remember when being church shamed was a thing? Yep, I remember it well. Tone says, wasn't a church person as a child. Me either. No, it says no lead, no head, no backups, no backstage pass, no head, no back. Basically, all right. T. Carey Wright says, what a trashy hiking clothes. She didn't wear no hiking clothes. The chick came on the hike wearing all white. Anybody who ever came on our hikes, they know we got it in. We wasn't playing. We was dead serious. You know what I'm saying? Like we was not playing. I think Diane, when you came, we didn't do the hike. We just did the stairs challenge that day. We had just did these steps challenge. It was these really big steps, these long, big, high steps in the park, and we just did that for the day. But if you came on the hike was like 8 or 9 miles. It was like 8 or 9 miles. No flat land. We was in the mountains, in the hills, and all that. Who will wear white? She was white head to toe too. Like her shoes. I was like, yo, you ain't gonna look the same when this is all said and done. She was like, it's cool. She was a little alienated that day. We was real hikers. Real shit. Okay. Tone Stark says, all right, I'm gonna go. Peace. All right, man. Get back with you. Have some good have a good night. All right. All right. TK, right? Said she definitely came there for you. That's what they all told me. I didn't know the chick. I didn't know her. I never seen her before, never met her before. I used to advertise on Facebook, like, yo, come get this workout. It was a good look. You know what I mean? Shoot. Diana tell you that. Like, it wasn't, I ain't never listen. One thing nobody on Facebook can ever accuse me of is being all in their inbox and all that. We once you get that reputation, you ain't getting away from that. When you that bull that secretly act like you that community protector out there, but you really just trying to get some ass. That word spreads fast. It does. You will be invalidated with the quickness, and I ain't the one. We're not we're not going for that, But anyway, whatever she was there for that day, I don't think she got it. What's going on, Tammy G? Thanks for coming on through. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yeah, trashy dressing girlfriend. You know what I mean? And like I said, I wasn't here to demean nobody, to put nobody down or whatever. But let's not Let's not act like we don't know what we're talking about when we say somebody dresses trashy. We know it. Just because it's not what we would do, it doesn't mean that it's okay. Because nowadays, that's what we kind of try to put out there. Well, just because it ain't for me, everything ain't for everybody. It doesn't mean that she shouldn't be respected because she doesn't dress that way. A part of me believes that. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be looked down on, and you shouldn't be in danger just because of the way you dress. But guess what? Predators, criminals, assailants don't care about the rules. They don't care. So they're out to hurt anybody who looks like they ready to be victimized. So just like you know, women online will say, well, just because I take pictures or I do this online or that online, it doesn't mean that I'm a hoe. It doesn't mean that I'm looking for a man or nothing like that. I'm like, well, there's a certain energy that you put out when you are looking for something. You know, when you go into a record store and you're not interested in buying records, people are going to ask, well, what are you in here? They I'm talking about when there used to be a such thing as a record store. Remember there used to be a such thing as a record store? It ain't no such thing no more. But when record stores were a thing, they sold records. They sold records, they sold tapes, they sold CDs, they sold music. So if you're not going in there to buy music, what are you in there for? What you just like the look of record covers, album covers or whatever? So it's the same way. If you're not out there looking for a new man or for the attention that new men will try to give you, well, why are you looking and dressing in the way that attracts exactly them? So you want to look the part, but you don't want everything that comes along with it. You want to look the part, but you don't want what comes along with it. You don't want the demonization that comes along with it. You don't want the unwanted attention. So you want the good looking, safe guys to love you, want you, and respect you. But you don't want those scary guys, the ugly guys, the nasty guys, and the dangerous guys. You don't want them. You don't want them to want you and pursue you and be attracted to you. But you can't have it both ways. When you put your bait on your hook and you cast it out there into the water, you can't choose the fish that bites it. The fish that bites it is going to be the hungry fish that saw it. Some of them thirsty ass niggas are going to be what you might attract. So you could be mad at it all you want. TK Ray says women, young girls who wouldn't normally dress that way feel like they have to dress that way in order to have a chance at being seen. Well, that's definitely a misguided sense of attraction and a misguided sense of self-worth. Because there are plenty of beautiful women out there that do not dress trashy, do not have all of the extras. How do you explain them? Well, they often get left out of the conversation because it changes the whole conversation. But how do you explain them? Deep down inside, they're saying, well, yeah, in order to compete with them, this is what I have to do. This is my best chance at looking like them. But no, you're not looking like them. You're not dressing like them. They aren't doing that. And I guess it's really sad not to believe in your own natural energy. How about that? I guess in a way, uh, women who dress trashy are not only looking for attention on all levels, but they're also probably subliminally trying to change their energy. They witness another energy and they try to mimic that energy. But it's all speculation. I'm not in their heads. I can't talk about what they're thinking. I can only talk about what I see. TK Wright says dressing trashy isn't just a thing, it's the thing. Dressing trashy. Narciso says, don't dress like a hoe if you claim to be a princess. Can't tell them that, no. Tony Stark says, guess I'm the only one who watched Martin. Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good? Nah, I know what you was talking about. Says dressing trashy has its place, not when you're married. Well, how did you become married if you was dressing trashy as a girlfriend? Listen, I've known men who didn't mind their women dressing trashy. I've definitely known men who have gone after women who dress like that. But once they wifed them up, once they put them on the team, once they decided to make them their tag team partner, then they didn't want other men's eyes on them. So the same way that she attracted him is not the way that he wants her to attract other men. It's understandable. It's understandable on one level, but you got to understand that's what you bought. You went right to the store where that was sold and bought it. And now you want to change the product. Is it wrong? Well, we might say, yeah, it's wrong. She was what she was when you met her. So you got to eat that. Well, let's look at other situations. When you buy a car, do you not change the car to the way you want it when you get it off of the showroom floor? When you take it out of the lot, you might tint the windows if the windows weren't tinted. You might throw a spoiler on the back if a spoiler wasn't on the back. You might put fog lights in the front if they didn't have fog lights in the front. You might even decide to paint it a different color. If you had a color that wasn't, if you had to buy a car that was a color that you didn't particularly want, you might paint it a different. I've changed the color on a few cars that I've owned. You might add some extras to your car to personalize it and customize it to your satisfaction. So is it that unreasonable? Same thing with a house. When you buy a house, you move into that house. Do you keep the house exactly the way that it was when you went to the open house to see the house? No. You made the house into what you wanted it to be. So why is it that unreasonable to expect that different with your woman? The thing is, it's a communication issue. It's a communication issue. That's all it is. You didn't communicate that although I found you the way that you were and I liked you the way that I saw you, I don't really think that it was appropriate. It caught me, but it caught a certain primal part of me that is not the entire part of me. I'm going to have a problem keeping you safe if I know that you out there looking this way for other men. I'm just saying, this might be bigger than my jealousy, ma. This might be bigger than my jealousy. This is a safety issue. I can't keep you safe from other men that might try to put their hands on you or try you or figure that they should be able to have their way with you because you was already putting it out there. So you really wanted it. Yeah, that's what they're going to say in court. She wanted it. She was coming on to me. I know that's the defense that the lawyers are going to use. Well, according to her personal and sexual history, she wasn't no angel. We're not dealing with Mother Teresa here. Mm-mm. This is how she dresses on a regular basis. We even heard that she has done some stripping in her life. Of course, I don't care if you're a stripper. I don't care if you're a prostitute. No means no. Yeah, but no means no to people who care about no. No does not mean no to rapists. No does not mean no to murderers. No does not mean no to violent people. No does not mean no to selfish people. Doesn't mean no. It means you might be lucky if it means maybe. So there's a safety issue. I can't keep you safe. You're barely safe with me if you're dressed like that. Because we can't walk down the street without all these men. You know, they almost disrespecting me, like they feel like they can touch you. Beyonce and Rihanna and all of these younger celebrities and stuff like that, they have bodyguards for a reason. Even people who like you will hurt you. If they see an opening, they think they can get away with it. You think it ain't men out there that are like, well, look, if I'm going to take a sexual assault charge, I might as well take it with Rihanna. I'm willing to risk it. You think there aren't men out there who actually think that? Like, if I had the chance, yeah, I would make her do it. I'll take the charge. There's a good chance I could beat it. So if they're thinking like that with somebody who can definitely afford the legal defense, you think they won't do that with somebody like you who might not even report it? Because you don't want to go through you don't want to relive that whole ordeal again. When we talk about this trashy dressing girlfriend thing, these are the things we have to take into consideration. Real shit. TK Ray says, no, you're not. The lyrics are all the same. Singing it with you would be redundant. You talk about the Martin thing. Oh, man. No, it says primal is the operative word. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. We're about to do these birthday shout outs, but listen, man. A man with a hard dick is it can be a scary thing. They don't call it thinking with the little head for no reason. But you can't trust the words of a man when his dick is hard. I'm sorry. You gotta wait till that thing go down. I'm a man, and I'm gonna tell you that. You know, real shit. Listen to the words of a man with a hard dick is like listening to a man that's drunk. Everything is about to change on that. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, my man. Daryl Pops, going all the way back to like the 1991, turning 51 years old today. And Deula Connor turning 53 years old today. And Mary Clark turning 67 years old today. And Sanique Mills, happy birthday to you, turning 36 years old today. And Olivia Young turning 58 years old today. And Latasha Oliver turning 33 years old today. And Josie Martinez, happy birthday to you. And Lakia Perkins, happy birthday to you. And, well, how do you say this? Saf Nini. Happy birthday to you. And Troy Roberts turning 48 years old today. Philly Hightower turning 48 years old today also. And Kyra Rooks, happy birthday to you. And my man Joe Barber, happy birthday to you, Joe. And also my man Troy Fat TV Diesel, happy birthday to you. And Micah Joe Madam Meek, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, Kevin Finney, turning 61 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, these trashy dressing girlfriends, are they the real problem? Do we have bigger problems in our society? Yeah. But do they pose a society, a threat to society? I wouldn't say that they pose a threat. Doesn't mean that it's not a concern. You know, like what we accept for our friends, our cousins, our co-workers, our neighbors are not necessarily the things that we would accept for our daughters and our sons. And that kind of tells the story. If it's not all right for your kids, or if you don't think it would be all right for your kids even after they become official adults, how is it okay? Because that's pretty much my barometer. You don't have to live by my barometer, but that's my barometer. If it's not okay for my kids, even when they become, if it's not okay for me, for my children, even when they become adults, I don't see how it can be okay for me. That's where my understanding stops. I guess that's where my narrow mind is centered. So being a prostitute is not going to be okay for my baby. It's not going to be all right. Running around here looking like a little hoe is not going to be all right for her. Not to me. Now, when she's old enough to do that, if that's what she chooses, it will be all her choice. But will it be okay for me? No, it still won't be okay for me. So you can make your own determinations about what is appropriate and what's inappropriate. But when you go to that job, they're going to make the decision, not you. When you go to certain institutions where you are looking for opportunities, they're going to make the decisions, not you. They're going to make the determinations, not you. So you can choose not to fall within their assessments, or you can, go it alone and make it out here the best way that you can. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Get 'Em show. So make sure y'all come on through. Make sure y'all hit that like button though. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. All right, so Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. Word. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobas. I said, see you on the other side, my boobas. Holla, y'all. Peace. All right.